Hello. Well, it's been a really long time since I've posted anything to this YouTube account. I used to do a bunch of commentaries on a bunch of baseball games for video games. I used to do stand-up comedy on this channel. Now it's been nothing, really. But today is going to be the exception. I'm posting this video a little bit later. But a lot of things have happened recently. We're all at home. We're not doing much. So I want to take that energy and do something fun. So here's what I'm going to do this weekend. My wife is out of town. I got nothing else to do. And the plan is I'm going to create a brand new board game in 48 hours. I have gotten suggestions from my wife. I've gotten them from one of my good friends who's another big board game fiend. I think fiend would be a good word. He likes playing board games. He has a lot of board games. And I got some suggestions from my really good friend who I do improv with as well. So I am going to take. I have to use at least one element from each of their suggestions, or at least I gave them. They had to give me 5 things, and I have to use at least one of those to put into my game. So I'm going to read you what this is. This is kind of like a way to kind of document what my parameters are for this game that I will be creating this weekend. And the goal is, what I would like to do is I want to have a game in a somewhat playable condition for playtesting by Sunday when my wife gets back from her little weekend with her friends. So if I can do that in 48 hours, that's the goal. And then I can, try to touch it up and all that other fun stuff later. So here's what I'm working with. So uh, the first thing I asked was my wife. I said I need some game mechanics. So what are some game mechanics that one of these I will have to use within my game? So she said that a spinner. So kind of like in either like the game of life or I'm just the old Wheel of Fortune games had like a spinner on there for their wheel. Use that. Teams, so some sort of team game. A secret identity game. Her favorite game is Secret Hitler, so she really likes that kind of not knowing who your maybe your adversaries potentially are. Cards that give you a task, so she wants there to be some sort of like goal within a card that you might draw. And then she also says a win condition based on score. So that's another one that could be used as well. So those are some of the game mechanics she wants me to use within the game. And then I went to my friend Austin. My wife's name is Sam. Sorry. I went to my friend Austin. I said I want a style of game. So what in kind of like if we were going to put this in like a genre that's going to go with other games in the game store, like where would this fit in? So he gave me 5 suggestions of what type of game. This could be an area control game. So that's kind of like a Risk. He says Scythe and Carcassonne. I've never played those games. They seem complicated. Resource management, like Tiny Epic Galaxies and Terraforming Mars. I think the one game I've played actually is called Dead of Winter. It's a zombie game, but you have to like kind of manage your resources, and if you don't, then bad things happen. So some sort of resource management genre. Dice drafting, like Sushi Roll and Sagrada. So I think I think I've played a game like that where it's like zombie dice where you roll. I don't know. I might have to look up how some of these games are kind of typically played as well. Roll and write, like a Yahtzee or Quicks. So do some rolling, and then depending on what your roll comes out to, you can mark that on a piece of paper. And then a simple card game, like a Phase 10 or Uno. So kind of just a general card game as well. So those are the types of games that I have to put those mechanics into. And then my final suggestion, I went to my friend Mike, and I asked him for some events. A lot of great games kind of come out of specific events or time periods. So I went to him and I said, give me 5 kind of events or time periods that I could set my game in. And his suggestions were the 1950s space race, which I think would be a pretty cool, that would kind of go in with like the teams part of it. You could have USA versus USSR. The Sox Scandal, I think that could be really cool because there's one person or maybe multiple that contributed to that team getting banned from baseball. So that could really fit into like secret identity part of the kind of the parameter my wife gave me. The singularity, which I had to look up, which is the point where technology has gone too far. I think that could be an interesting. You push things too far, and if you get it to that point, you would lose as a team. Dinosaurs extinction. He wanted he thought about he basically said the meteor coming and hitting dinosaurs. That might be something there. And then the building of the Berlin Wall, which I think would fit into like a resource management type of game as well. So those are my parameters. I will be creating a brand new board game with those parameters, or some of them, but at least one from each category, hopefully by the weekend. Now, my goal is to every once in a while do like one of these little videos quick and kind of give you an update of where I'm at and kind of let you know like what I've come up with. So the next update is probably going to be around like what I've decided the parameters of my game will be initially. And then my second update is probably going to be how I've changed everything and have completely started a brand new thing. But like I said, the main goal is to have something done in 48 hours, to have something that I could play as an actual game and do some testing, and we'll see what happens. So that's the update for this morning. I hope you guys stay tuned, kind of follow along with what's going on, and we'll be sharing in a little bit kind of where I'm at. So look for that a little bit later. Have a great weekend. I know I'm going to be busy, so we'll talk to you later.